So there's some companies that go woke. I don't even know what that means really, but they start posting about like social justice issues and culture war stuff from a leftist perspective. I guess that's going woke. And sometimes it makes sense. You know, it's like that company's kind of in that space where you'd expect that.
Like, what's an example of that?
Nothing that comes to mind.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Well, like organic hop tea might make sense. You know, something some hipster would have.
And whether they're like, we use organic hop.
Okay, like kombucha.
We don't kill any
locally sourced kombucha place from Portland. I would be like, they're probably
okay, yeah, or like tofu, and we make sure no field mice are killed in the process.
Yeah, okay, well that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
I get it. You know,
but not like.
But so, what's some examples of ones that don't make sense when they go woke?
Well, pretty much anytime Ben and Jerry's, their ice cream. So they called to dismantle the police.
So Ben and Jerry's posted, the system can't be reformed, it must be dismantled, and a real system of public safety rebuilt from the ground up. Hashtag defund the police. Thanks, ice cream brand. Appreciate your opinion.
I mean, Oreo's done a ton
for that. What was my favorite was the Oreo one.
Trans people exist. Was that it?
It's like the meme, like no one, absolutely no one. Cookie brand. Trans people exist. Like whoever came up with that was feeling so good about themselves. Tweeting this from the Oreo.
How do we get more people to eat cookies?
I've got it.
Yeah, no. You see the commercials. We'll do it at the cigar shop. We watch them look on the TV, and all of a sudden, like this like whole narrative's playing out. There's like a black guy, and then like this family, and all these people of different races come together, and like it's super emotional. And the dad's hugging and crying because like his gay son, and like, what's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? And like it's like State Farm. Could not have guessed.
It's almost like they just record a stock commercial and then they just sell it to any company. And just
there probably is a company that does that.
It just does it. They just records these social justice things.
We should try to do that.
We should make one and try to get a company to buy it.
Yeah.
Subway. Eat fresh.
Eat fresh.
So this one's near and dear to my heart.
Okay.
Wizards of the Coast publishing Dungeons and Dragons.
Wizards of the Coast. That sounds like some kind of wizard surfing group. It's guys with pointy hats and beards. And hang 10. Sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know what to say. Wizards of the Coast not the surfing group, but the board game and RPG publishing company owned by Hasbro has recently gone into the woke thing, as a lot of nerdery stuff has done, like comics and video games and such. So one of the things that they did recently was to eliminate alignment blocks eliminate alignments in the stat blocks for monsters. Can you believe that?
I don't know what that means at all.
Is that incredible?
Alignment of stat blocks.
So basically, anytime there was a monster in the monsters guide, it would say like evil or good or whatever. So you would know at a glance. You can, if this creature appears and you're running the game, you can go, oh, he's bad.
He's a bad guy. They
took those out because they didn't want people to. So the logic on this is actually really racist, because the liberals are like, orcs are based on black people.
Huh?
Like they make this connection that the race of like orcs and goblins is based on racist stereotypes of black people.
Okay.
But they're the only ones making that connection. And then they go, well, we can't call orcs evil because that's offensive to black people. And then you're like, oh no, you can't, like, don't do that. That's much more racist.
Is there any bad guys now in D&D?
Well, basically no. In these new adventures, if you look at the NPC blocks and the stat blocks for the monsters, it just says they're whatever you want.
Okay.
Just this like giant wolf with mutant heads.
Maybe it's about the content of their character.
Yeah. So D&D released a statement. Throughout the 50-year history of D&D, some of the peoples in the game, like orcs, have been characterized as monstrous and evil, using descriptions that are painfully reminiscent of how real-world ethnic groups have been. have been and continue to be denigrated. So they're making this connection that nobody's playing the game going, hey, I want to kill some orcs because they're like black people. They have made these connections.
There's probably somebody, but yeah.
There's like one guy, maybe.
Yeah. He has no feet.
Anyway, I could go on and rant about it for a long time.
Yeah,
but
you could.
Yeah.
Well, Burger King created meals with emotions to raise awareness about mental illness. Meals with emotions?
Oh, it was a response to the Happy Meals. They came like, well, what about people that aren't? What about depressed meals?
Cranky meal.
Yeah. I gotta find it.
I would order a cranky meal.
Hungry? It's just hungry, man.
Triggered meal.
So Burger King created real meals for more complicated emotions.
I can't even think of what are they? Yeah.
Porpoises.
Meal?
What? There's a
Porpoises.
meal?
I can't say that. I don't know this show. Salty meal?
That's real?
Yeah.
So they put a bunch of salt all over it?
DGAF meal? I have no idea what DGAF stands for.
Don't go... I don't know.
Assaulting fries?
Don't give a F.
I knew what it meant. Did you not know?
I didn't know. I figured it out.
I was making a joke. So McDonald's flipped its arches upside down as a statement to honor women because men.
It's a W.
Women.
Yeah.
I love that. All of these, I love picturing the ad guy who's pitching this. He's like staring at the arches. Oh, I got it.
We're like, there's only one problem. We're now called McDonald's.
It feels like one of those things like where there'd be a puddle on the ground that's reflecting the M and he's looking down on it and he goes, I've got it.
It's like in Trolls 2 when he saw they're in the town of Nilbog and then he sees it in the rearview mirror. He's like, Nilbog is goblin spelled backwards.
Red rum is, yeah.
It takes him like 30 minutes into the movie to figure it out. Salesforce bans some gun retailers from using their software. I don't know what Salesforce is.
Salesforce?
Some kind of software.
It's a software that gun retailers can't use anymore.
Only certain gun retailers.
Yeah. Microsoft's AI will now suggest gender inclusive language. I think this was like in the autocorrect and the all the stuff in their like word processing programs.
So you try to like write he and then it autocorrects to it or something.
Yeah. Zero. I don't know.
Twitter bans pronouns that refer to trans people's biological sex.
Oh, well, we know this one. If you can't like dead name or
no dead name. Yeah.
This one's
is this real?
Yeah, Electronic Arts video game. I think this was Battlefield 5, if I remember right. Features disabled women fighting in World War II. It's actually really
like in a wheelchair. There's like 50.
She's got a prosthetic arm.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't that be after the war? Can you even get in if you got a missing arm? Like you try to sign up, they're like, you're missing an arm. Like you can't even get in if you have like light asthma. Missing limbs. Sign me up.
We need more obese soldiers in video games. I think it might have been the same game, but you could like really customize your character and they made a big deal about it where you could be like a black woman, but you're like a Nazi, which is like you could be a black woman Nazi and they're like, look at all this inclusion. We have a black woman soldier. And you're like, well, she's a Nazi. Like what?
Did you see Dove made all these different bottles that are supposed to be different women's body types? There's like a squat fat lady one and then a tall skinny and there's all these different ones. But it's like...
Did they really make that?
Do you want... Like if you're a skinny lady, you still want to get the fat one, right? If it's the same price. But if you're the fat lady, you probably want to get the skinny one and kind of be like, goal. It's my goal.
This is my goal.
Goal soap.
Hi, I'm Kyle Mann, Editor-in-Chief of the Babylon Bee. As Amazon continues to crack down on conservative books, it's more important than ever to put your money where your values lie. So I just want to take this opportunity to say, keep spending that dough at Amazon. They're doing great. Don't subscribe to the Babylon Bee. We don't want your money. Are you going to let me go now, Mr. Bezos?